सोहेल देखो आपने कुछ नया सीखा आज.
हाँ, maybe even they might be having a myth also. I think there are lots of people. Any message to the viewers or to the girls or to the women actually, lots of myths are there regarding lots of things actually.
What message would you give a teenager
First
perhaps?
thing, as a teenager, what myth you had?
I think for the question that you asked, I think specifically, I think Reshma is the right person in terms of what advice, because she's, Rashmi, sorry. I don't know why I keep her. Because she's the only qualified person, but for me, what I would say to young girls, I would say do what you think is best for you, because different things work for different people. Something that might work for me might not work for somebody else. So, amongst my friends, we can say, this works for me, that works. But eventually, I think if there's any professional advice, I think Reshma would be the best person. Rashmi. I didn't say Reshma, I said Rashmi.
Sure. So I know everybody mixes it up with Reshma Shetty.
As a young teenager, what was your myth actually at that time, whenever in the beginning actually? Because I don't think so at that time we had razors actually, maybe especially for the ladies actually. You had the hair removing creams actually.
Honestly, for a very long, actually until I started working, I didn't even look into this aspect of my life because for some reason I was an athlete and I had literally, it didn't even cross my mind to think about hair removal or my eyebrows or my hair or anything of that sort. I think at that point it was literally wake up in the morning, go to the field, do my training, go to school, come back. I had a very different life. And so I don't think back then these things, I didn't think of these things back then. But if there's anything that my mother told me, she said, at least as far as my skincare and all of that was concerned, she said less is more. So don't do too much to your skin. And fortunately, I've been blessed with great genes and amazing skin. So the less you do, the better.
Neha, so I asked
but
you this.
Is it really connected with hygiene also actually? It's more of
would you recommend shaving to say a 13-year-old girl or 14-year-old girl who comes to you and asks you for advice?
I mean, I'm on the same page as Deepika. I don't know if they start that young, because I didn't. But I mean, I started shaving. The first time I got a razor was when I shot for it at the age of like 19. And it was amazing. So I really, there's no, it's not like, oh, shave mat karo or tumhare liye acha nahi hai. It's not going to do you any harm. I mean, if you're talking about other hair removal, remedies that are there in the market right now, like Doctor as well said, that firstly, nothing is permanent. And secondly, it's not like it doesn't take time. For us, we're fighting different things at different levels or different points in our life. And maybe a teenager at that time when, I think this would be probably post-school or something when you start shaving or doing whatever else you need to do and you get conscious and you want to look a certain way, I would totally recommend it. And this is absolutely safe. And everyone out there, even the younger girls, don't start off young would be my advice. But when you do, shaving is a great way to start.
I think the message certainly is not that we are telling people when to shave or that we are telling people to shave. We're telling people that shaving can certainly be one of the ways that you would choose to remove hair. And if one of these various myths that Dr. Shetty was talking about are why you haven't shaved up until now, perhaps this is something you would like to try because these are myths. And even if you do use other means of hair removal, you would still require something like the Gillette Venus Breez because it is an essential part of everyone's beauty kit. Because there will be a time when you will use it, like all of us on stage do use it.
Very nicely put.
Thanks.
Now, I get the last question. Sorry, we've run out of time for questions, but I get the last question. Deepika, I'd like to ask you, Breez is not just a beauty tool. It encourages women to, try something new, break the convention. So your thoughts on that? Embracing change.
Oh, absolutely. And I'm absolutely someone who endorses, you have to keep reinventing, you have to keep cutting the cord sometimes, whether it's physically, whether it's emotionally, whether it's in the form of detox, sometimes for me, even something as simple as just cleaning my cupboards helps me reinvent and restart. So I think it's important. It's important to always. It's important to be in the present, but it's also equally important to think ahead and to reinvent. And most importantly, it's important to take risks. Because I think.
But there's no risk in shaving. Just saying. Sorry.
I mean, in reinvention, it's
Sure.
important to take risks.
Sure. It is very important to refresh our beliefs from time to time. Ladies and gentlemen, or ladies over here, you heard it here. Shaving is not bad for the skin. It'll only make your hair, make your skin smooth and soft at your convenience. Remember, it doesn't make your skin dark, nor does it make your hair thick, because that is determined by genetics. We just talked about that. And make sure you include the beautiful Gillette Venus Breeze in your beauty kit, because you can shave whenever, wherever, without any preparatory agent. That's the best part, isn't it? Okay, now I'm going to do something a little bit different. Ladies and gentlemen, we do these customary selfies at the end of an event, but we're going to do a different kind of selfie. See, this event is all about. This event is all about the Gillette Venus Breeze. It's all about having smooth and silky legs. Dr. Shetty, it's so sad that you're not wearing a dress today, but you can hitch up your trouser a little bit if you want. We're going to take a picture of legs.